Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the first NFL recap, guys. Starting things off, guys, we had the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. The only offense was a deep bomb to Marquez Valdes-Scantling, which you'll see after I'm done talking, a Jimmy Graham touchdown, and then the game-sealing interception by Adrian Amos of he stung his former team, the Chicago Bears. Take a look from what happened. Packers, Bears.
First and goal. Rodgers hangs in the pocket, throwing into a lot of traffic, and it's caught for the touchdown.
But watch his throw. He's facing left, flips it to the right. It looks like no way it's going to be intercepted. But why not? Right there's Jimmy Graham.
3rd and 10. Trubisky to the end zone, and it's going to be picked off. It's Adrian Amos who comes back to haunt his old team.
Guys, after Thursday Night Football, the Panthers and Rams kicked off, and it was an exciting game to watch, scoring-wise, but there wasn't too many highlights. The Panthers were able to block a punt on Johnny Hekker. I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, Johnny Hekker is one of the better punters of the National Football League. You wouldn't expect him to get blocked. Christian McCaffrey had an amazing week. The Rams won the ball game 30-27, and just check out this blocked kick.
A little bit of a twist. I think gives you more options and makes the offense prepare for more.
It's blocked. The Panthers have it inside the 5 of the Rams. Hekker barely had a chance. Reggie Bonifant, the backup running back, came up with a football.
I tell you what, you don't see that very often. John Fossil's got some of the best special teams in the
Alright guys, next on this list we have the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Washington Redskins at Lincoln Financial Field. It didn't start off well for the Birds, let me tell you. 17-0 by mid-second quarter. Deshaun Jackson going back to Deshaun Jackson kind of things. He gets a deep bomb from Carson Wentz. That sparked some life. Around halftime, the Boo Birds were out at the Link. But then the Eagles absolutely turned on the Jets in the second half. Deshaun Jackson caught another deep bomb touchdown. It was just, I guess, good to be an Eagles fan. Deshaun Jackson is back. Wentz looked good in the game. There's nothing to complain about. So.
And rush. Pressure comes. Wentz going to let it fly. He's got Jackson again. He's got it. Touchdown. Rush, still pressure. Wentz just going to air it out, going way deep down the field. He's got it! Touchdown! Deshaun Jackson! Rolling, pressure, throws. He's got a completion and a first down. It's Vernon Davis, the Angels one, who stays on his feet somehow. And he's going to brace to the end zone and get there. Touchdown, Washington. Yeah. 48 yards of Vernon Davis, who looked like he was stopped, and somehow he kept going, Charles.
Watch him get out into the flat, but watch Keenum just use his...
Okay guys, so next on this list, we have the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. This was a joke to be a Dolphins fan. I mean, tell me, what's a sport Miami's good at? The Marlins? They suck. The Phillies can't beat them. That's for another video, but 59-10. Lamar Jackson absolutely went off, I tell you. And this cracked me up. I'll get this clip in there later. He says his post-game locker room, he goes, 5 touchdowns, not bad for a running back. Because everyone calls him That just made me laugh. 5 touchdown passes for Lamar Jackson. The whole team just played well together. I know they beat the Dolphins, but that's good to see. The Ravens are clicking. And I drafted Lamar in fantasy, so I'm happy that he's doing that. You know, maybe I could trade him for something. But the Ravens destroyed the Dolphins.
Jackson has all day. Looking deep for Hollywood Brown again. He's got it. Brown off to the races. And he stays on his feet. Touchdown. 83 yards. 47-yard line. Jackson over the middle. Caught by Hollywood Brown. See you later. Hollywood to the house.
Rare quickness, his ability to change direction. That's just a simple slant pattern, but because he has that up-the-field speed, that defensive back opens his hips to...
2nd and 8. Lamar Jackson looking end zone again. Sneed's got it. 6 more for the Ravens. Putting on...
Guys, the Tennessee Titans absolutely exposed all the hype that you might have had with the Browns. They won 43-10. Derrick Henry had a really good game. Baker was just off in this game. I mean, he was making ill-advised throws. He just looked like the Baker that we didn't see last year. David Njoku did get a touchdown. That is great for my fantasy. But like I said, Derrick Henry had probably the best game of his career.
To live through.
Yeah, at least the system's pretty similar. They didn't change the verbiage this year, and he's got a big one here, Jim.
It's Henry taking the pass with an open field, taken off down the left sideline with a blocker in front, Davis, and it's going all the way for the touchdown. 75 yards. Derrick Henry.
You want an answer? Tennessee says, okay, crowd, we're going to quiet you right down.
Guys, next on this list, the Kansas City Chiefs suffered a loss with their win. The Chiefs won the ball game, but they suffered a big loss to wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill did something to his shoulder. I'm not 100% sure. And on the sadder side, Nick Foles will miss 10 to 12 weeks with a broken clavicle. He took a hit, but he threw a touchdown pass on it, so that was pretty nice. Sammy Watkins just fulfilled the missing Tyreek Hill, and it was a good one for the Chiefs. The Chiefs took this one 40-26, and the Chiefs are not looking too shabby.
And Hill in motion. Mahomes looks that way. Now will fire and hit his man at the 40. Oh, look out! Sammy Watkins takes it all the way. Explosion in Jacksonville. 68-yard touchdown.
Ian, Dan, and Evan.
Yeah, he's smiling. Mahomes, he's smiling too.
Yeah, no kidding. So is
Sammy Watkins. Touchdown. The Legion of Zoom strikes again. Mahomes, pump and throw, end zone, touchdown! Sammy Watkins.
Next, guys, was the Chargers and Colts. It was a game that shouldn't have been a good game. It turned out probably being one of the most entertaining games of the week. The Chargers took the win 30-24 in overtime. Austin Eckler had a game to remember. It was fantastic seeing that. The interceptions that the Colts came up with, it was absolutely crazy. Just roll the clip.
Rivers, end zone, intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and Hooker back up the sideline. What a pick by number 29.
Team we're trying to spread the money around to, so it's just a matter of them coming to terms on what happens.
Look at Marlon Mack go up the sideline. 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Because it's a score, they're going to obviously look at it, replay. We got to see if he stepped out of bounds as he's working this line. Doesn't appear we see anything there. They come in and sweep his legs. Touchdown Colts.
Alright guys, the Dallas Cowboys beat the New York Giants with a score of 35-17. The Giants did run the ball efficiently with Saquon. He had a big 59-yard run, but the Cowboys hung on to the win. They played better. Jason Witten got a touchdown back in his return, and just roll the clips.
Prescott keeps, flips, Witten, welcome back. Touchdown, Dallas. Second down and 1, right back to Barkley in a huge hole. Saquon Barkley off to the races, and the home run hitter has gone deep here on the second play from scrimmage for the Giants. Awuzie caught up to him and forced him out, but that's exactly what this kid does.
You're going to see Evan Ingram.
Next, we have Tampa Bay and San Francisco, guys. The only thing really happening in this game was Richard Sherman's pick 6. The Buccaneers ended up losing 31-17 to the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Richard Sherman had a nice pick 6. He just hopped Jameis Winston's route and just rolled the clip.
In the slot, Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32 yards.
This is just like Jimmy Garoppolo's interception. That's a running back out there with Richard Sherman covering.
The next game, guys, I knew it was going to be a fluke. I knew it was going to be an absolute joke. This was the Detroit Lions at the Arizona Cardinals. It ended up in a tie, 27-27. But let me tell you, the Cardinals had the highlight reel. The Cardinals should have won. David Johnson, 30-yard touchdown pass. Christian Kirk, a 2-point conversion. They had their chances. Larry Fitzgerald, 2 touchdowns. They had the highlight reel. They made the game fun to watch. I remember I was watching it on Fox Plus after I was done watching the Cowboys-Giants game. It was just fun. It was a fun game to watch.
Down on the 27. Murray going up on top to Johnson. Touchdown! Is 15, and he's going up on top for this one. And the pass. Murray going up on top to Johnson. Touchdown! And the pass drilled up the middle, and it's going to be complete. Kyler Murray on the pass, and it's going to be a touchdown. Murray throws, and it's Kirk. Murray gets time, and he's going up top for Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald makes the catch. Big play.
One of the final games, guys, we had Seattle-Cincinnati. Seattle had a come-from-behind win. They were trailing a lot of the game. Russell Wilson hooks up with Tyler Lockett to take the 21-20 lead. Just roll the film.
Tight end room the last couple of years. Uzama starting to come into his own. Dalton, a little flea flicker action. He's got Ross, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. And how about that answer for Cincinnati? 33 yards from Dalton. What a great target line around the 37 for Seattle. Dalton's going to take a chance. Deep down the field. He's got his man. It's Ross for the touchdown. No, he did it. Majestic pass by Dalton. A couple of years ago, play action from Dalton. On first down, wide open. That's John Ross who had over on first down to the sideline. It's Ross.
Alright, guys, now it's the night games. The New England Patriots embarrassed the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. And when I mean embarrassed, guys, I mean embarrassed. 33-3. Steelers didn't show up. They're missing Antonio Brown, even though he's a clown. They need him back. So, AB, if you see this, go back to the Steelers.
And at Kent State. And then Brady shoots one to Josh Gordon. Gordon breaking tackles, touchdown, New England. Joe Hayden could not make the tackle. That's 20 yards in the first score. Funky little snap. Oh boy. And wide open.
Dorsett. Big night for him. Touchdown. 58 yards. Kind of a
Alright guys, now it was the best game of the week. Monday Night Football, 7:10 Eastern. We had the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees, game-winning drive. 58-yard field goal for the win. Texans came back. They take the lead. Back goes the other way. The Saints scored. Drew Brees put together an amazing drive. Shout out to Drew Brees.
And now, how will Brees cap it? Here he goes to Ginn. There we go. Brees to the outside, midfield here. Remember, they have the one timeout. Here we go. Clock counting down. Drives it over the middle. They do have the timeout, and he gets it to the 40-10 Ginn. Surgical by Brees. 58-yard attempt for the win. Got it. Will Lutz, by way of Brees' positioning and drive. The young man who signed a big extension, got engaged this offseason, and opens up the... Deshaun to the end zone, and Hopkins, touchdown. Watson to Hopkins. Watson into the end zone and into the hands of DeAndre Hopkins. 58-yard attempt for the win. Got it. Will Lutz, by way of Brees' positioning and drive. The young man who signed a big extension, got engaged this offseason, and opens up the year.
Now, guys, for the final game of Week 1, we had the Denver Broncos and Oakland Raiders. The Raiders took the dub 24-16. The Raiders played better football. Joe Flacco didn't look that good in a Broncos uniform. And the Raiders just dominated. And here's the few clips I could pull from this game. And in my opinion, this game was very boring to watch. I fell asleep around halftime. I couldn't see it. And, yeah.
Here's Carr. Broncos rush for some pressure. Zips it in there, and it's caught. It's Tyrell Williams. And the Raiders strike first.